Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me today on our episode 4 of Falls Prevention. Let's start today by chatting a little bit about medications. It's always a good idea to have a review with your doctor or your pharmacist at least once a year, more often if necessary, for you to just go through the list of medications that you take and tell the doctor if you have any symptoms with your medications like dizziness or lightheadedness, or if they happen to affect your balance, the way you're walking. Let the doctor or the pharmacist know. As well, it's a good idea to remember to take your medications exactly as they're prescribed, and you can use an organizer so that you make sure you're taking the correct medications each day. If you can, write down a list of all the medications you take. Keep it with you at all times in case of emergencies. And to make things easier, try to use only one pharmacy to refill all your prescriptions. All right, so let's get started with exercise. First thing we want to remember is what we can do if we feel tired. We can take a break anytime. Also, you should stop exercising if you have any pain with the movement. If you feel any dizziness, lightheadedness, if you feel chest pain, trouble breathing, anything abnormal, a heart rate that's becoming irregular, any of those things, make sure you stop exercising. And it's always important to have your bottle of water handy. And if you need a little bit of cozy clothes, something loose, not too constricting, some shoes on those feet, and sitting in a nice sturdy chair. Let's all come towards the front of the chair, sitting nice and tall with our back. Let's bring those shoulders back and relax them down, and sitting with the head tucked in. Let's begin by breathing in through the nose, reaching up as high as you can, and opening those arms, reaching out. Let's do 2 more. Kaphe and fuhe. One more time. Excellent. Now let's start by using the neck to push the head forward and backward. I'll turn to the side so you can see what's going on with my neck. I'm sitting tall, and without moving the shoulders, I'm pushing the head out and I'm pulling the head back in. Notice how I keep looking forward when I pull my head back in. Push and pull. 4, 5. We're strengthening the back of the neck to help pull that head into good alignment with your spine. Let's do 1 more. Push, pull. Very good. Now let's bring the chin down to the chest, and we're going to stretch the back of the neck by gently pressing those shoulders behind you. Relax and breathe. Okay? Fuhe. Good. Now sitting nice and tall, let's turn the head all the way to the right and hold it there a few seconds. And slowly all the way to the left, holding it there. Now let's lean the head to the right shoulder. Remember not to lift that shoulder up. Just lower your head to one side. You can take your hand and gently bring your head closer to the shoulder. Just a little bit gently, feeling that stretch on the side of your neck. Breathe. Now let's do the same going to the opposite shoulder, leaning the head towards the shoulder. Ears coming down towards it, not turning the head, just leaning to one side. You can gently use your hand to help assist that stretch if you feel comfortable. Good. Now let's use our shoulders. Sitting nice and tall, lift those shoulders up as high as you can. Hold them, hold them, hold them, hold them, hold them, and drop. Relax, coming up, breathe in, and hold, 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 and drop. Let's do 3 more. Breathing in, lift and hold, 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 up, 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 and drop. Last 2. And lower. Feeling that tension, let go in those shoulders as you relax. Good. Now let's make our arm circles. Arms straight, bring them up slowly. Breathing in and push back and down as you breathe out. Nice, slow, big circles. Kaphe and fuhe. Getting that range of motion in your shoulders. So loosen those up a bit for the morning. Let's go backwards now. Backwards and up as you breathe in. And forwards and down as you breathe out. 2 more. And 1 more time. Big, slow circles with those arms. Now let's open the arms like we're going for a nice swim. Opening wide as you breathe. Now let's reach back, 1 arm at a time. Bring the pinky finger back first as you reach back. Breathing. Good. Now arms out in front and bend and touch your shoulders. Straighten the arms and touch the shoulders. 1 more of those. And let's turn the hands over. Palms face the floor. Bend the elbows. 2 more. And last one. Reach to the sides now as far out as you can and flip those hands up and down. Do you feel your shoulder blades coming together in the back? Now let's roll those wrists in circles. Keep breathing. Just increasing our body temperature, getting all the joints and muscles warmed up before we exercise. Let's keep our arms still and flip the hands back and forth at the wrist joint. And looking at your hands, touch each finger with your thumb as fast as you can. Now, let's take our feet, bring them apart a bit so you're sturdy in your chair. Bring that right arm up over your head as you breathe in, kaphe, and breathing out, fuhe. Hold that stretch. And the left arm up and over now. Breathing in, kaphe, and breathing out, fuhe. Hold that stretch. Good. Now let's turn the upper body. Hands outside your right thigh, sitting nice and tall. Breathe in. Turn and look behind your right shoulder as you breathe out, holding that stretch. Now to the opposite side. Breathing in, sitting tall. And breathing out as you turn to look behind you. Good. Now the low back. Let's work on our arching of the low back by pressing the shoulders and hips back slightly, chin up, and feeling that inward curve of your low back as you breathe in. Then breathe out, chin down to the chest and rounding the back, pulling the in. Feel that inward curve of the low back and breathing out. Feel that outward curve of your low back. And one more time. Giving that back some movement. There we get it. Now let's do a little bit with our legs. Sitting nice and tall, lift those knees up one at a time. Right, left, right, left. Breathe. Keep on breathing. 4 and 5. Good. Now knees to the side and the feet. Bring that right leg out from the hip and back in. Left leg out and in. 2. Side to side. 3. Last 2 pairs. Right and left. And last one. Very good. Now let's lift those heels up. Heels up and down. Up, down. From the side, you can see the heels coming up, down. Up, down. 3, 4, 5. Keep squeezing those calf muscles. When you lift up the heels, 7. And breathe. 8, 9. And And good. Now let's slide the feet forward. Let's start tapping our toes. I want you to try to lift those toes up as high as you can when you tap the toes. 1, tap, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4, tap, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep breathing, 9, 10. Let's try 5 more if you can. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Feel that in the shins, right? Now let's slide to the back of the chair, all the way back. And we're going to lift up 1 foot at a time, toe pointing up. Bend the knee. Straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. Warming up those knee joints. And slide those hips to the back of your chair so that you're supported when you lift 1 foot up and bend the knee. Other foot up. Bend the knee. Let's do 3 more pairs. Point that toe up when you straighten so you engage your thigh muscle. And last pair. Very good. Now let's lift both feet up and point your toes towards you and away from you. Towards you and away. Now let's point one foot's toes toward us while the other one is pointing away. Keep breathing. And now relax those legs. We want to strengthen the arch in our feet, so let's take our toes and curl them. Curl those toes, straighten the toes. Curl and straighten. Let's do 8 more. Clenching those toes as you curl and releasing them. 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Good. Now let's lift up both feet and make our ankle circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Making those ankles nice and strong and mobile. And last 2, and 1. Let's go the other way. 10 times. 7, 6, 5, keep breathing, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. Okay, now let's sit up nice and tall, and we're going to hold those arm rests, lean to one side, lift one hip up, lean to the other side, lift the other hip up. Remember to breathe in and out, in and out. Remember, if you can do it with your arms across your chest, go for it. Do what you feel comfortable with. That's 5. Breathe in and out. 6, 7, 8, and final 2. Here we go. 9 and 10. Good job, everyone. Let's come to the front of the chair. Let's do a little work for our core. Start by holding onto your armrest. Pull one heel out in front and one toe on the ground under your chair. Now we're going to lean back slightly. Keep those stomach muscles engaged. And we're going to switch our legs like this. Opposite heel goes out and opposite toe comes back. Let's try to go for 10. Breathe in and out. Switch. Switch. Leaning back slightly as you switch. 5, 6, keep breathing. 7, squeeze those stomach muscles. 9 and 10. Very good. Now wide legs, hands on your shoulders. Sit nice and tall, elbows out to the side. Breathe in first. We're going to do some side bends. Breathe out. Do a little bend to one side, just as far as you feel comfortable. Coming up front. Breathing in and out. Try your best not to lean forward, only to the side. Breathing in and out as you bend. Working those side muscles of our core. hold. Let's try to go to 8 if you can. 5, breathing in and out. 7, only one more after this. And last one, side to side. Excellent. Now let's do this one. Let's bring up our right knee for 5 seconds, the left knee for 5 seconds, and then both knees up for 5 seconds. Make sure you're at the front of your chair. Let's breathe in first. Lift that right knee up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, breathe in. Lift your left knee up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now make sure you're holding on to your armrest. Breathe in first. Now lean back a little bit so it's easier to lift those knees. Squeeze your stomach muscles tight. Good. Let's do that again. Breathe in first. And from the side, lift that right knee up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in. And out. Lift that left knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now make sure you're holding on to your armrest towards the front of the chair with your body. Breathe in first. Breathe out, lean back, and lift the knee with our right hand lifting up our left leg. If you can, try to touch your foot. If it's too far, just take your right hand and reach to your calf muscle. Breathe in first. Okay, breathe out. Okay. 2, 3, working our abdominals and our thighs. 4, 5, breathe in and out. 6, we're almost there. If you can, last 2 with me. And 8, great work. Let's do the opposite now. Left hand to your right leg. Breathe in first, okay? Breathe out, lift that foot and try to touch, or your calf. Breathe in and out. 3, 4, 5, almost there. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Last 2, 7, and 8. Very good, everyone. Okay, now let's do a little bit with our breathing in through the nose, reaching up, and out through the mouth, opening the arms. Very good. Now let's do a little bit of marching on the spot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now some jumping jacks. Let's breathe in and out. Arms and legs out and in. Now you can slide the feet along the ground or you can lift them. 3, breathe in and out. Try to keep that core engaged and slightly leaning back. 6, 7, breathe in and out. Last 2, 9, and 10. Very good, everyone. That's our warm-up. Good work. Breathe in through the nose, reaching up, and out through the mouth, reaching out. One more of those, okay? And away. All right, now let's start with our standing up portion. Now I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing here. So I want you to make sure your hips are at the front of your chair. You have your feet, slide them back so that they're as far back as they can go. Heels are still able to touch the ground. Space between your legs, so when you stand, you're sturdy. Use your armrests if you feel you need them. Otherwise, you can put your hands on your thighs. Let's breathing as we lean forward, push up through those legs, nice and tall. Shoulders are back when you stand, and standing nice and proud. Coming down, bend those knees, push the hips back, and reach for your armrests as you lower slowly. Let's do that again. Lean, breathing, and pushing up nice and tall. And coming down, slowly bend those knees, hips go back, and sit. Working on our balance and our leg strength by simply standing up, nice and tall, and slowly sitting. That's 3. Let's try to do 3 more if you feel you can. It's okay to take a break. Lean forward, push up, nice and tall. Coming down, bend the knees, hips go back. And final 2, breathe as you lean and push. Slowly on the way down. And last one, let's go for number 6. Excellent. Now check and make sure you're feeling okay on your feet right now. If you are, let's go to the back of our chair and let's do a little balance now. So let's start with some leg swings. Now you can turn your chair so that you can hold on to it and you'll have room for your leg. If you need another chair on the side, go ahead and use one to hold on to if you want something to hold on to with both hands. Now let's stand on our left leg and take your right leg and we're going to swing it forward and backwards gently. Start by holding onto the chair with your whole hand. Let's stand putting that body weight on your left leg and bring your right leg, kicking it out in front and kicking it back. Kicking it forward and kicking it back. Loosening up the hip and the hamstrings. Forward and backward. Now if you feel that's a little bit too much of a challenge, you can keep the heel on the ground in front and the toe on the ground and back, okay? So you do what is best for you, what challenges you. Either heel and toe on the ground, heel in front and toe in back, or you can swing forward and backwards. Okay, now let's try it with our left leg. So this time, same thing, except we're going to stand on our right leg and swing the left leg forward and backwards. Holding onto your chair, let's swing that left leg forward and backwards. Forward and backwards. Remember, if you need to put that heel on the ground in front, go ahead, and the toe on the ground and back. Forward and backward. Let's do a couple more of those. And let's try doing it with a little bit less support now, if you feel comfortable. So let's go back to doing it with our right leg. Stand on your left leg, and this time try holding onto the chair with either the palm or the fingertips if you feel comfortable. Bring that right leg forward and backward. Forward and backward. If you need, heel on the ground, toe on the ground, or swing gently forward and backward with that right leg. Looking straight ahead always helps you keep your balance. Try not to look down, just straight ahead. Good. Now let's do it with our left leg again. This time with a little less support if you feel you can. And looking forward, standing tall, bring that left leg now forward and backward. Forward and backward. Or heel on the ground if you need more support, toe on the ground. Either swinging or keeping the toe and heel on the ground. When you come forward and backward with your leg. And last one. Good job. Okay, now let's do a little bit of walking in a straight line. I'd like you to still have your chair turned to the side so that you can hold on to it as you walk in a straight line. So let's back up to the one side of your backrest so that you're able to hold on to it as you are walking forward the whole way. We're only going to take 3 steps, okay? So come to the back of your backrest, the side, one side of it, and let's hold on to that backrest the whole time. I want you to keep your hand on it. Let's take our foot and bring it in front of the other, heel touches the ground first and then the toe. Now we're going to try to go in a straight line, touching heel to toe. But if you need to, you can have your feet a little bit spaced apart until you feel more comfortable bringing them into a straighter line. Now make sure there's nothing behind you, okay? So you have space to move around safely. Hold on to that chair and let's step with one foot. Heel on the ground, then the toe right in front of your opposite foot. We're trying to step in a straight line like we're walking on a tightrope. But remember, you can bring that foot out of the line slightly if you need more stability. Then the opposite foot. Heel touches the ground, then the toe. Right in front of your other leg's foot. Heel to toe. And heel to toe. Now you should only be able to take about 3 steps before you need to turn around, holding onto the chair. And we're going to walk back to the opposite side. So, starting on one side of your back rest, you will hold on to that chair. Let's look forward, make sure we have space to move, and step heel, then toe. 3 steps, heel, then toe, holding on to that chair, heel and toe. Good. Now, let's try it again. Let's turn around, slowly picking those feet up. And we're going to go back and forth again. This time I want you to try looking straight ahead. A lot of times we're focusing on our feet, but we want to try to keep looking forward. Our legs, our brain knows what our legs are doing. So let's practice this again. This time hold the chair, but look forward. Step heel on the ground, then the toe in a straight line. Other leg comes in front and steps heel to toe. And one more step, heel, then toe. Holding the chair, pick those feet up in a turn, slowly and carefully. And let's come back again one more time, looking straight ahead. And stepping heel to toe, and heel to toe. Very good. Okay, now the next exercise we're going to do is our exaggerated walking steps. So let's start by having a side view for this one. Hold onto your chair, on the side of your chair, turn so that you can have some room for the movement of your legs. Because if we're standing like this, it's hard to do this one without having enough leg space, right? So let's turn the chair to the side. And let's do our exaggerated walking steps, they're called. So this mimics the way we walk, except we're going to slow it down and exaggerate it a little to challenge our balance systems. So let's start by bringing that right knee up slowly, as high as you're comfortable, and stepping forward, putting the heel on the ground and then the toe, rocking forward. Then lifting your back foot up a little bit, and slowly coming backwards as if you're taking a step back, putting the toe on the ground and then the heel. So we're just going to repeat that motion. Make sure you hold onto your chair. Let's lift that right knee up, slowly, coming down, heel, touches the ground, then the toe, rocking forward, lift that back foot up, put it back down, toe on the ground, and then the heel. Let's do 3 more. Lift that knee up, coming down, heel and toe, rocking forward, lift that back foot, and coming back down, toe and heel. Try to look straight ahead as you do it. And if you feel you can, try going down to the palm or the fingertips, holding onto the chair. And keep that upper body nice and upright, nice and tall. And last one. Forward, lifting that back foot, and putting it back down. Very good. Now let's do the opposite side. This time we're going to use our left leg to lift the knee. So let's start by holding on to the chair with our whole hand and standing tall. Lift that left knee up as high as you're comfortable slowly. Then stepping forward, heel comes to the ground, then the toe, rocking forward. Lift your back foot up slightly And putting that toe on the ground, bend the heel as you rock backwards. Breathing as you go. Forward, heel and toe. And lifting the foot backwards, toe and heel. Let's try reducing the amount of support that we're holding onto the chair if you feel comfortable. Remember, it's okay to do this, holding on with your whole hand if you feel you need to, no problem. Slowly, heel and toe, lifting, and lowering that foot, toe, and heel. Let's do it one more time. Heel and toe, lift, toe, and heel. Very good. That was challenging, right? When you slow it down? For sure. Now let's do some reaching. So let's go behind our chair with the chair facing forward again. Let's make sure we have wide legs, and we're going to start reaching with one arm out in front. Now, so that you can see what I'm doing, I'll turn the chair again, wide legs. Let's have right arm out in front, breathe in. And breathing out, I want you to reach forward, not down, and at the same time, you're pressing those hips behind you. As your body weight moves forward with your upper body, you need to press the hips back to balance it out. Let's do that again. Breathing in and out when you reach forward. Bend from the hips, keep the back straight, and let's do the opposite now with your left arm out in front. Breathing in, okay? Breathing out, push those hips back. Try to keep looking forward and not down when you reach forward. Breathing in and out. Good. Now I want you to try two arms reaching forward if you feel comfortable. If not, no problem. Keep doing it with the one. Wide legs so you're sturdy. Let's look straight ahead. Breathing in, okay? And breathing out through the leg. Push those hips back. Just reaching as far as you feel comfortable. Let's do that again. Very good. Now we're going to reach a little bit to the left side. So this time I want you to have wide legs and take your left arm to the left. And we're going to press our hips back to the right. So we're reaching diagonally to the left, pushing the hips diagonally to the right. Breathing in and out. Let's do the same thing in the right direction. Arm out to the diagonal right, and this time we're going to push our hips back to the left. Let's hold the chair, breathing in and out as you push those hips back. And one more time, breathe in and out. Very good. All right, ladies and gents, that concludes our balance portion for today. Let's get a drink of water and get our ball and come back and do some seated strengthening and range of motion exercises. So make sure you get that water break. Good work, everyone. Very good. Okay, so if you have the ball, we're going to use this next. If you don't have it, try to do the exercises as much as you can without it. A lot of them you can do without it. So let's start with our finger squeeze. Now, if you don't have a ball for this one, try to use a pillow from your couch, okay? We're going to sit nice and tall, and we're going to squeeze with our fingers for 3 seconds, okay? So make sure you're away from the backrest, sitting in your chair, to the front of it, keep your feet flat on the ground, upper body nice and upright. Let's use those fingers and squeeze for 3 seconds to improve our grip strength. Breathe in and out as you squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Okay? Okay. Squeezing for 3 seconds and then relaxing. Breathe in and out. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 6, squeeze, squeeze. 7, 7, squeeze, squeeze. 8, squeeze, squeeze with those fingers on the ball. 9, squeeze, squeeze. And last one. 10, squeeze, squeeze. Very good. Now let's use that grip strength to take the ball in our hands one at a time and bring them to the side. So let's start with both arms out in front. Let's take the ball in our right hand and bring it to the right. Opening up your left arm as well. Feel those shoulder blades coming together. Breathe in, bring your arms to the front, and transfer the ball to your left arm. Bring both arms to the side as you breathe out. Okay, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, bring those arms back. Breathe in as you transfer and out as you bring the arms back. 4, 5. Try to keep gripping that ball in your hand, working on that grip strength. 6. As well, good for the posture. Bring those arms apart. 7. Feeling those shoulder blades coming together. 8. 9. And final one, side to side. And let's do the other side. And that's it for this one. Very good. Okay, now let's do a little bit of stirring the pot, I like to call it. So wide legs, this is good for our shoulders. So let's make a circular motion horizontally with the ball. Both arms holding, we're coming out as far as we can and back around. Let's keep breathing as we go. Around slowly, making as big a circle with the ball in front of us as we can. Breathe. Hold. And one more time. 5. Now we're going to switch directions. Keep on breathing as you go around. 6. Using those postural muscles and our shoulders. 7. Final 3. If you can, let's do it. 8. 9. And last one. Good work, everyone. That's 10. Okay, now we're going to use our core muscles again. This time we're going to do a lean back, and we're going to do a little variation of that. So if you can see it me better, let's turn to the side so you have a better view here. So we're away from our back rest. Very important for this next one. We want to make sure we have some space behind us to lean back. Hold the ball close to your body as you lean back, keeping your back as straight as you can. Then breathing out, pulling up with your stomach muscles, and we're going to reach up with the ball. So let's bring it close to our body. Breathe in and lean back. Breathe out, pull up with those stomach muscles, and reaching up. Breathe in. Pull up, breathe out, and reaching up. 3. Remember, keep your head looking forward, not at the ceiling. Pull up with the stomach muscles and reach in. 4. 5. Breathing in, leaning back. Breathing out, pulling up and reaching. 6. 7. Feel those abdominal muscles working hard. Pull you back up. 8. Final 2, if you feel you can. 9. And last one. 10. Good work, everybody. Okay, now let's do a little bit with our bicep curls. So let's put that ball in the middle of your elbow. And sitting tall, let's squeeze the ball 10 times. Breathing in and out as you squeeze. Relax, squeeze. Try to make sure that ball is tucked right in between your forearm and your bicep. Squeeze. 5, 6. You're doing great. Keep it up. 7. Breathe in and out. 8, 9. And last one. Very good. Now, let's go to the duck squeeze, and then we will go to our opposite side of the body. So let's put that ball underneath your upper arm, between that and your side. Now, sitting tall, let's breathe in first. Breathe out and squeeze. Breathe in and out. Squeezing that upper arm towards your side. And 4. Okay. Fuhe. 5, 6, 7. Keep that good posture. Sitting tall. 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now, opposite side. In the elbow of your left arm. Sitting tall. Let's squeeze that ball. 10 times. 9. Breathe in and out. 10. Sorry, I was counting backwards. 7, 6, 5, 4. Using that bicep muscle anytime you bend the elbow. 2. And last one. Good. Now underneath your upper arm, between that and your side. Let's sit tall and breathe in. Breathe out and squeeze that ball. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost there. 7, last 3, and final squeeze. Good work. Now let's slide to the back of the chair. We're going to do a little coordination exercise next. So let's practice bringing the ball up with our arms, coming down, then out in front, and back in. Now we're going to use our legs at the same time for a little bit of coordination, but first let's practice the arms. Slide to the back of your chair so you're supported when we bring our legs up in a moment. So let's bring our arms up, down, out, and in. Now anytime we bring our arms up, we're going to stick out one foot, toe pointing up. Then we're going to bring that foot down as the ball comes down. Then when we go out, other leg's going to stick out with the toe pointing up and bring that foot down as you bring the ball back in. So it's a little tricky at first, but let's give it a try. Let's go up, down, out, in. Up, down, out, in. Up, down, out, in. Using the brain to coordinate up, down, out, and in. See if we can go a little faster. Up, down, out, in. 2 more. Up, down, out, in. Last one. Up, down, out, and in. Good work. Okay, let's do a little more for the legs now with the ball. So we're going to bring up our knees this time and try to pass the ball underneath them. Make sure you slide to the front of your chair. It'll be much easier that way. Bring up one knee, pass the ball underneath the leg. Lift the opposite knee. Pass the ball underneath. In and under. In and under. Let's try to do 3 more pairs. 3. Lift and pass. Lift and pass. And final pair. Good work. Okay, now more for the legs. So we're going to take this ball now and we're going to put it between our ankles. But I want you to slide to the back of the chair first so you'll be a little more supported. Ankle, ball between the ankles. You can hold your arm rest if you like. And let's lift those toes up. Bend the knees, breathing in. And lift the legs, breathing out. Bending and straightening your legs, making those thigh muscles work hard. 4. Breathe in and out. 5. 6. Squeeze that ball slightly with your legs. 7. Breathe in and out. If your legs happen to be quite long and it's hard to bend, you can just lower and lift. 8. 9. But if you have room, try to bend the knees. 10. Good work. All right, next one we're going to do is come to the front of the chair, take the ball, and put it on the ground with your toe on top of it, like this. Sitting nice and tall, we're going to roll our foot forward on the ball till the heel is touching. Now, you might need to adjust where the ball is so that you can have your leg basically straightened out when you roll the ball forward onto your heel. Coming back, toes on the ball, and straightening your leg, heels on the ball. So from the side, it looks like this. Toe and heel. Toe and heel. Let's do 10. That's 2. 3. Rolling our ball back, bending your knee, and rolling it forward. 4. Breathe in and out. You're going to really feel your thigh muscle working hard. You're doing so great. 6. And you're almost done with the ball. 7. 8. If you can, let's try the last 2 and take a break if you need. No problem. That is 10. Way to go. Let's do the opposite leg. Now with your opposite toe on the ground, opposite toe on the ball, sitting tall, let's bring that leg, straighten it out, heel on the ground, on the ball, and bringing it back, toe on the ball. Straightening and bending your leg. 3. Breathe in, puff head, breathe out through the head. 4. 5. 6. Almost done. 7. Just a couple left. 8. 9. And final roll. That is 10. Well done, everybody. Let's get rid of our ball. Let's grab some water. And let's continue on with a little bit of standing exercises before we stretch. So make sure you have some water and we will start with that. Remember to comment or ask us questions on our page or let us know what you'd like to see. We love to have your input. Okay. Now let's go behind our chair and we're going to start with a little bit of our hamstring curls. So I'll turn so you can see better now. Let's have the feet fairly close together, holding onto the chair the whole time with your hands. Bend your right knee up and have your toes pointing towards the ground. Now keep an eye on your right knee. You want it to be in line with your opposite knee. You don't want it to be too far in front like this. If you can, try to keep it in line with your opposite leg. Relax, slowly breathing in. And breathe out, bend that right knee and hold for 5. Toe pointing down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, breathing in. And breathing out, bend that right knee. Toe pointing down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's do 2 more. Relax, breathe in. And breathing out, bend the knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You feel that contraction in your hamstring. Last one now. And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's switch to the left leg now. Feet fairly close together, holding onto the chair, standing tall. Breathe in, puff back. And breathe out, bend your left knee now. Point that toe towards the ground. Hold for 5. Relax, breathe in. Breathe out and bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 3 left. Remember, it's okay to take a break if you need to. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And final 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Feeling that muscle working hard. And last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, now let's do a little bit of a modified lunge for the thigh and the back of the thigh area. So make sure your chair is turned to the side so you have some room, and you're going to back up to the side of the backrest so that we can have some room to step forward. So from the side view, I'm going to hold the chair and we're going to take our right leg, we're going to step forward, a big enough step that when we bend our front knee, it doesn't come past the toes. And then slowly pushing back to where we started. So let's do that 7 more times if you feel you can. Let's step forward with that right foot, bend that knee, and push back through your front heel. And again, step forward, bend the knee, and push back. 3, 4. Now the more comfortable you get, a little bit of a wider step you can take, a little bit of a bigger step you can take. 5. Breathing as you go. 6. Let's try to do the last 2 if you feel you can. 7. You're keeping that upper body upright. You don't want to bend forward. 3. Bend that knee and push back. Good. Now let's do it with our left leg. Same thing. And I'll turn this way. Let's take that left foot now. Stepping forward, holding the chair, bending the knee slightly. Knee doesn't come past the toes. And pushing back to where you started. Step and bend. And push back. 3. Nice upright upper body. Don't bend forward. 4. Now the bigger step you take, you'll notice your back heel naturally comes up a little bit off the ground. That's okay. But you don't have to take that big of a step starting out if you don't feel comfortable. Let's do one more. Step and bend and push back. Okay, now let's do some for the side of our thighs. The abduction, let's bring that leg out to the side just a little bit. But make sure that you keep your toe pointing forward, leading from your heel. So feet are together to start. Hold onto your chair nice and sturdy. And let's breathe in first. Breathe out. Bring your right leg slightly out to the side for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Okay. Breathe out. Fuhe. Right leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. Try to make sure you're staying nice and tall and not leaning to the opposite side. Breathe in and out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And last one for the sides of the hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now we're going to switch sides and do our left leg. And we'll be almost ready to stretch. Let's breathe in, stand tall. Breathing out, left leg comes out now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're doing so great. Keep it up. We're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And last 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final 1. Keep that toe pointing forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Shake out those legs a little bit. And now let's do some bicycling and then we'll stretch. Now for this one, I want you to hold on to the chair but turn it to the side again. Use another chair if you need some more support for your opposite side. We're going to stand on our right leg and we're going to bring up our left knee just a little bit and pretend we're bicycling. Let's go 3 times forward, lift that knee, push the foot down like you're biking. 2 and 3. If you can, try to go backwards. 1, 2 and 3. Good. Now let's do the opposite leg. Stand on your left leg, bring your right knee up this time, holding onto your chair tightly, looking forward. Lift that right knee up now, and bicycle. 1, 2, 3, and backwards. 1, 2, 3. Good work. Let's stretch. Now, behind the chair, we're going to do our inner thigh stretch. So we have our legs as far apart as the chair legs, if not wider. So you get nice and sturdy. Let's hold the chair and breathe in. And breathing out, bend one knee slightly, keeping your opposite leg straight. So it looks like this. We're just shifting our body weight to the side, bending one knee. And you'll feel that stretch in the inner thigh of the straight leg. Press those hips back a little. So you feel the weight in your heel of the bent leg. Breathe. Standing up tall. And breathing out as you bend your opposite knee a little. Keeping that other leg straight, all the body weight now in this side with the bent knee. Breathe. Good. Now let's do our calf stretch. Remember this one where you stand nice and close to your back rest to start? Take a nice big step back, holding onto the chair. Keep the back leg straight, the heel on the ground. Bend the front knee. Try not to let it come past your front toes. Keep the upper body upright and breathe. Try to hold each stretch, 15 seconds minimum. And step forward, opposite leg now. Back, bending that front knee, keeping that back leg straight, and sliding your front foot a little further forward if that knee comes past your toes. Breathe. As you feel that back calf muscle getting a nice stretch. Keeping your upper body upright. Good. All right, let's have a seat and let's finish off with some seated stretches before the end of our program today. So nice and tall with your body, good posture still, and let's breathe in. Reach up as high as you can, stretch, 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 up, 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 up. Backwards with your arms as you come down, again. And reach, 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 reach. Good. Now the tricep back here. Let's stretch right hand. Take your hand and put it on the shoulder. Lift the elbow. Pull back if you feel comfortable and breathe. Now the left hand on the left shoulder. Lifting that elbow up. And breathe in. Good. Now the shoulder stretch. Right hand, opposite shoulder. Underneath that elbow, grab your upper arm down towards you and to the left. Breathe in. Cooling the body temperature down now. Keeping all those muscles loosened up after exercise. Opposite hand, opposite shoulder. Underneath, down, and to the right. Breathe in. Feel that behind your shoulder, nice stretch. Now, let's bring ourselves to the front of the chair if you're not already there. And we're going to reach behind us. Try to reach inside your armrests if you have them. the bottom back part of your chair, inside the other. Let's sit nice and tall and try to press those shoulders back. And up and breathe. As you feel that stretch on your chest and biceps getting a bit of a stretch too. Use those shoulder blades together. Now straighten out one arm, fingers point up, and pulling back to the bottom of the forearm. Breathe. If you feel comfortable, flip your hand down and gently tug on the part of your hand towards you. You'll feel a stretch on the top of your forearm with this one. And the opposite arm now. Straighten it, fingers up, and pull back gently, breathing. Opposite, if you feel comfortable, flip the hand down, gently tug on the hand towards you, feeling that in the top of your forearm. Good, make fists and stretch those hands as wide as you can, holding them open for a couple of seconds. All right, now let's take our right knee and let's lift it up to our chest, sitting as tall as you can with your back. The stretches the low back. Breathe. And if you feel comfortable, that foot on your opposite knee. If it's too much pain, you just try crossing the legs first. If that is bothersome as well, just relax. You want to try to sit as tall as you can with your back while you breathe. To stretch that hip, we can gently lean forward when we exhale, if you feel comfortable. Keep that head up. That way your back stays nice and straight as you bend from your hips. Now, let's try lifting that knee towards your chest, hugging it, and you'll feel a stretch down in your hip. Breathe. Let's do the opposite leg now. Lift that knee up, hug it tight, and sit tall, breathing. Very good. And if you feel you can, let's put that foot on the opposite knee or try crossing if this is not a good option for you. Let's sit tall and breathe. Nice straight back. And when you exhale, try a little bend forward from your hips. If it's not comfortable, just stay where you are. Breathing. And lifting that knee, and we have one more stretch after this. Breathe. Excellent. Let's stretch the back of the leg now. At the front of your chair, make sure you're there so that you can keep your leg nice and straight. Heel touching the ground, toe pointing up, hands on your bent leg. Breathing in and out as you bend forward from your hips, keeping that head up. So you're not rounding your back, not looking down at the ground, just keep breathing. Excellent. And the opposite leg, same thing. Straighten that leg, heel touching, toe pointing up. Sit tall with your back, breathe in and out as you bend forward from the hips, keeping the upper body lifted and breathing. It was good to stretch, doesn't it? You did so good today. Thank you for joining me. This is the end of our program for Falls Prevention, episode 4. And remember to message us, comment, give us any feedback. We always love to hear from you. And catch Eduardo at 2 p.m. today for conditioning. Thanks for joining me and working hard. Have a great day, everyone. Let's finish off with a tap, clap, tap, clap. Happy Friday! everyone. See you next time.
Okay, thank you.